spirits, but he's been battling a homeowner's nightmare since May 11th when his well stopped working at his home in Algoma Township. It's original to the home, built 22 years ago. He called a well company hoping for a simple fix.
First thought was, again, that it might be the pump, so they attempted to replace the pump, but then came to realize that it wasn't producing enough water, basically, and they more or less determined that we were going to need a new well.
Vernon figured a new well will cost him a few $1,000s, but because he lives in a PFAS-contaminated area, he is required to get approval for a new well. He obtained a permit from the county under the conditions that he follow their recommendations.
The worry is that the water at, I believe it's like 45 feet down, they believe has PFAS in it. So they would go through that to like 120 feet.
And the drilling has to happen a certain way.
To make sure that the water doesn't contaminate the lower water, they can't just do a normal drill and well. They have to pour down concrete. They have to, instead of a PVC pipe, they have to put in a double cased pipe. I believe half of it's steel.
Then it has to be tested for PFAS. If PFAS is found, Vernon says that well has to be closed at his expense. Then he could apply once again and hope he avoids PFAS.
At that point, I don't know what we'd do because, I mean, our yard's only so big. I don't know where else they would go and expect to find different results.
Vernon says it could cost around $50,000. Fox 17 reached out to the Kent County Health Department, who says that currently no municipal water runs in his neighborhood, but they are aware of his situation.
But it just happened to be like the day before all of this happened here. They had cut down a bunch of trees down on our main street there because they are putting in city water, but they're not coming down these side streets.
For now, he'll continue to use the water in the tank, which his family uses for showers and to wash some dishes, and get the word out about the aftermath of dealing with the PFAS crisis.
To go from what would have been a $10,000 expense to potentially 50, you know, I don't know how everybody's doing that.
Now, Vernon says that they are still hoping and looking for solutions. And for a closer look at those recommendations from the County Health Department, you could head to fox17online.com or click on our mobile app. Reporting here in Algoma Township, Lauren Edwards, Fox 17 News.
All right, let's talk some weather. This is a live look at the Grand Haven Lakeshore, and let there be no more doubt, it is official. The first Beach Friday of the year is a hot one. It's a sunny one. I guess it's a fitting kind of weather climate that we're looking for when it comes to a beach day. Look, I think I see someone even jet skiing out there.
Yeah, the lake shores really want to be with these temperatures right now. Of course, with this hot streak that we've seen, temperatures searing into the 90s. But of course, when it's the weekend, it makes for a perfect day on the lake shore. Now, the only thing that we need now that it's been so warm, Reese, is for those water temperatures to get a little warmer.
Oh, we do. Yeah, they were in the 40s just 3 days ago, but this direct sunlight we've had the last several days, they've upticked. They're back in the 50s, some areas even the lower 60s. So it's a little more refreshing, not as bitter cold like it was on Monday and Tuesday, but our air temperatures, man, they're scorching here the last several days. 90 in Muskegon, 90 Grand Rapids, 90 in Fremont. We have a couple of 91s down near Battle Creek and Kalamazoo. Notice lakeshore communities, especially South Haven and Benton Harbor, only at 83 and 84 degrees respectively. That onshore breeze, a little bit more of a factor for those communities off to the south and west. Here's a look at our temperatures today, where they topped out at so far unofficially, but Muskegon breaking its record by 4 degrees, actually hit 92 officially now, so breaking it by 5 degrees. That was a 60-year-old record, so pretty significant heat here in our area. Temps about 15 degrees above normal. Plenty of boaters out in Muskegon as well. The sunshine's been nice. Some areas saw some cloud cover early, turned to all sunshine now. Just some fair weather, high clouds, and we'll continue to see that through the evening. Grand Rapids, you can notice the shade in Annapolis Park, but look at just how dry that grass is. We just saw 1/100 of an inch of rain yesterday. We're not looking at a ton here in Grand Rapids tomorrow, but the good news is we do track the chance of more pop-up showers in our West Michigan communities. All that rain is off to the west today. We've just seen the cloud cover. It's going to make for a great evening here across West Michigan. If we hold on to 80 degrees until 10 p.m. tonight, we would have been at 80 degrees for 12 hours straight, which is not very common here, even in the average summer months here for Grand Rapids. Tomorrow, we're looking at 89 degrees. Our best chance for rain in the 7-day forecast is tomorrow as well. Maybe a few afternoon thunderstorms with some heavy downpours. But Sunday, more dry air settles in. Temperatures, they cool back down a little bit, but we will see more sunshine and dry air settle in for the work week.
A Fox 17 update. The case against the Wyoming man accused of shooting and killing his own daughter is moving forward. Sneeta Parks is charged with open murder for the February 2022 death of 2-year-old Khalees Brewer. A district court judge ruled today there is enough evidence to send his case to circuit court and possibly trial. These proceedings just now getting underway because court records show Parks was not competent to stand trial until just recently. A 60-year-old man has died after being hit by a car in downtown Grand Rapids. Happened around 1:45 this morning in the area of Commerce and Cherry. According to police, the man was laying in the road when he was hit, and he was pronounced dead at the scene. The driver involved is cooperating with GRPD. Mel Trotter Ministries did confirm to Fox 17 the man killed had been a guest at their shelter. Police are still investigating what exactly led up to that crash.
Continuing coverage now on life sentences for minors here in Michigan. This week, the Walker man convicted of stabbing and killing his mother and 2 sisters was resentenced. In 2003, then 17-year-old John Seisling was sentenced to life without parole. But now that's been shortened to 40 to 60 years. The move by Kent County is done after the Michigan Supreme Court ruled that sentences like his were unconstitutional. Now Seisling may walk free as early as 2043.
Michigan's Attorney General in Kalamazoo this morning meeting with prosecutor Jeff Getting to discuss the county's sexual assault kit testing initiative.
The Saki team has secured a number of convictions since this program began, but what makes this initiative so successful? Our Michael Martin explains.
The Kalamazoo Sexual Assault Kit Initiative began as a result of the Sexual Assault Kit Evidence Submission Act, and that was in 2015.
In 2015, when it was discovered that there were thousands of untested so-called rape kits sitting in the storage rooms of police departments across the state, lawmakers took action.
There was inventory testing of more than 3,000 previously untested sexual assault forensic kits across the state of Michigan.
Bills were passed, and now law enforcement has just 14 days from the point they collect a sex assault test kit to submit it to the state police lab. In turn, the lab then has 90 days to process the test.
Nearly 180 of the untested kits in Michigan were from Kalamazoo County.
Attorney General Dana Nessel said thanks to the Kalamazoo team's work, all 180 untested kits in Kalamazoo have now been tested.
All of these professionals are specially trained on how to handle cold case sexual assault cases, which in my opinion are the hardest of any kind of case to solve and to prosecute.
Our state police received $1.3 million in grant money for the programs in 2016 and another $1.6 million in 2018, and they are getting results.
We look at every single one as a viable case. How can we make it stronger and try to give an opportunity for justice to victims who didn't get the response that they deserved the first time around?
In May 2022, Saki facilitated the charging of now 32-year-old Cameron Alvarez for an alleged assault that happened in 2010. In February 2023, Sean Hopkins was arrested for an alleged 2005 assault. That same month, they charged now 30-year-old Michael Johnson with 2 separate assaults that allegedly happened at Western Michigan University in 2013. And then in May 2023, a 29-year-old man named Caleb Watson was charged with an alleged 2013 assault.
These cases are so important because stopping the perpetrator means preventing future assaults.
Michael Martin, Fox 17 News.
Fox 17 has covered several previous arrests and convictions that happened because of work done by the Kalamazoo Saki team. We have those right now linked in this story on our website.
Still ahead, President Biden set to discuss the deal avoiding a government default.
Plus, why the organization tasked with overseeing student loan repayment says they need more money to avoid a customer service crisis.
Well, we're in a hot and very quiet atmosphere, but we'll break down when we'll see our chance for showers and storms tomorrow, which will eventually lead into a cool down. No more 90s in the 7-day forecast. That's coming up after the break.
President Joe Biden will address the nation tonight discussing the budget deal that lifts the federal debt limit and averts a government default. The legislation passed the Senate late last night and the House on Wednesday. Biden is expected to sign the measure tomorrow, and this is a deal that gives Republicans some of their spending cut demands, but holds the line on major Democratic priorities. Biden will make his address tonight at 7 o'clock. You can watch it live on our website and our Facebook page. Soon the payment pause on federal student loans will be lifted as well, forcing millions of Americans to start paying up.
But in an ironic twist, the agency tasked with sending them the bill says it needs more money and warns there may be poor customer service if something is